Good morning. It's the morning of day 3. We're getting packed up here, about ready to head out. A gorgeous morning. We had a killer storm last night. Super intense lightning and a ton of thunder. So that kept me up for at least an hour until that stopped. What do you think, Joe?
Oh, I went right back to sleep. It was awesome though.
No problem.
No problem.
No problem. Okay, well, I was wide awake. We packed up. We got a little bit more paddleage today and maybe a few less rapids, I think. Which that's fine, a little longer stretches of paddle, so that'd be a little bit change of pace from our previous couple of days, but really looking forward to it. Here we go, setting off from camp, on down the river. Got a little ways of paddle, and then we've got our first rapid of the day.
Anything there, it's just this. It goes down, boom, boom, and pull out. Because if we hit all of those waves, we will get swamped. Yeah. But if we come out, like we're really moving fast, come out.
We have erred on the side of caution and decided to not run this. There's a huge wave train. We could get off the wave train, but then there's a high probability of swamping and falling in, and we're just like, play it safe than sorry. We've got one more rapid, I think right after this, so that'll be nice. A little easier than this. This is really high water. We're on our search for some pictographs. See if we can't find any. There's a rock wall like right there. Keeps going up for a ways longer. See if we can find anything. Right, go right a little bit. All right. There, we're good. Let's go right a little bit. All right, we're good. Okay, we're scouting the next one. It says it's a class 3, but we're not getting anywhere near class 3 vibes on this, so we're gonna check her out. It's moving, but it's not bad. There's a rock here. There's one right here. But I think we just stay like 20 feet off and we can just go right down. There's nothing scary about this at all. We just gotta avoid that.
Line us up right? You want to go far left or what?
Yeah.
Far left or middle?
We're going like right about here. Okay. I'm feeling confident about this. Okay. Call me out rocks.
Yep. You need to head right to where you are right now.
Yeah. But a little bit left of that rock right there, right?
It was right of the rock.
You want me to go right of it?
Right of this rock?
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the big one down the road.
Yeah, no, I'm worried about this one right now.
Okay.
And then, oh shit. So now let's go left of the big one, yep. Okay, keep us right here.
Okay.
Start veering right.
Feeling good?
Yeah, this is fine.
All right. Easy,
Let's go a bit right.
Yeah, I see it.
Head back left, get the wave train down.
All right, there's a huge rock right there. We're good. Woo! Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Yeah, I meant to do that. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant to do. Yeah. We did it. Kyle has successfully run his first rapid. That was class 3. I did the class 3, Joe. It's labeled on the map as a class 3. It clearly is probably the easiest rapid we've done thus far. Much easier than some of those 2s yesterday, right? So now we're on a big lake. We're gonna start heading north again. I wouldn't mind finding a camp spot here in a little bit and getting some food going, eh? We've reached our campsite for lunch here. We'll take a little break. It's about 11:30. The skies are still quite ominous. What you working with for lunch here today, Joe?
Oh, you know, I'm gonna change it up for
Really?
a bit. Yeah, just make like a wrap. with cheese.
Are you gonna use a tortilla?
Yep.
Some cured some meat like salami, and then a wrap. That looks like a good wrap. I got quinoa wraps. Do not get quinoa wraps; they fall apart. That looks good though.
Thanks, man.
What are you working with there? Grain?
Ancient grains, actually.
Oh, those are ancient grains.
These are
wow.
the ancient. I might put a piece of bacon on this.
That is a lot of meat on there. You like it thick? Oh, I like it.
Slap it down. Okay.
Oh, bacon on that too?
Yeah, boy.
Thirsty.
I got the
Well, about 3 minutes into our lunch, it decided to start raining. We didn't really get to finish lunch, unfortunately. I've got a lot of paddling in front of us now. No rapids for a while. We got to put some oomph in on the paddle. Hi, Joe and I both got a nice pike. Pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. You can definitely see. Looks like there used to be maybe something lower.
Yeah. Yep.
Not bad.
It's cool to think that they sat in a canoe and
painted it right.
The same spot we're at right here.
Yep. Saw those pictographs, pretty cool. We're now pulled over and taking a break. We're still continuing downstream, but straight into nothing but headwind. So break time, get some more food in us, and then we hopefully at some point we're gonna start turning east, and then hopefully we'll have the wind at our back. What do you think, Joe? You think that's gonna happen?
I'm not holding my breath, but I hope so.
Joe has little confidence that's going to occur, so we'll see what happens. We've arrived. We have been paddling pretty much, I would say almost all day. This is, according to our outfitter, a B+ campsite, and I think we would agree. Joe, I'm guessing based on the fact that there's this wall right here of logs, it's always windy. It's always windy, and people tried to block. You can see they tried to block the wind. So there's some storm clouds approaching. We're gonna set up camp here real quick. Got to camp about 45 minutes ago. Hopefully you can hear me with all the wind. It is incredibly windy here. We're on this kind of like raised knoll up above this sandy beach. It looks really, really cool. The wind would calm down. I'm sure we could get out there and do some fishing. We've got one walleye in this lake, and then a couple of like micro pike and 2 decent sized ones. So having some luck with the pike, not a whole lot of walleye action though, so that's a little disappointing. Hoping this wind dies down, we can get back at it here in a couple of hours, but I'm gonna go land the tent and take a nap. It is dinner time, and the wind has slowly slowed down, so that's a good thing. Joe took a nap. I chilled in the hammock, not in the hammock, in the tent, and took a little rest, listened to a book for a bit. For tonight, we have Mountain House. I'm working with a beef stroganoff. Stroganoff. And then for dessert, I started on this, and it got wet last night, but this is a milk chocolate pretzel bite. So we have a lot of chocolate for dessert. Common theme on our trips is a bunch of chocolate. So
I might have had a bite when you were down there.
You already steal my chocolate.
Maybe one bite.
Okay. Anyways, I've had this one before. It's pretty good. Good stuff. Don't know if the mic will be able to pick this up, but there are so many bugs hitting the tarp that it sounds like it's raining.
Pepper beef and rice. It's what's for dinner.
It's pretty good, Joe. Do you like it?
That's my favorite one.
Pepper beef and rice?
Yeah.
I think I have that one. Alpine Air? Is it Alpine Air or Alpine Air?
I've been told Alpine.
You really?
But I like to say Alpine Air.
I say, because you always call it Alpine.
Alpine Glow.
Yeah.
It's Alpine Glow.
It's hard to see you that autofocus is having trouble because the amount of bugs in front of your face. Gorgeous night out. Sunsets, sun is starting to set. Very pretty. The wind has finally died down. We thought earlier that we would never have a wind-free campsite here, and it's really calmed down quite a bit, so that's awesome. Getting pissed off. Good sized pike. Alright, chill out, buddy. Got a pike. Looking pretty good. Quite happy with this. Starting to get dark. Just went out and did some fishing. Caught a really nice pike. Really happy about that. Wish I would have got some walleyes. You got, what'd you get? You got 2 fish too, right?
All on a pike.
All on a pike. So the fishing is not bad, but it's not hot. We did have a pretty epic sunset though, so we're very, very happy about that. Looks like Joe is going to start up a little fire here. Do a little fire, Joe?
Yeah, might as well.
Do a little simple little fire, chill out here for a bit, and then head to bed. Chilling out by the fire, enjoying our time, just relaxing. Sunset tonight was pretty spectacular. I've definitely been waiting for a really good one like that where we could get some night fishing in. That was good. Good day. Not a whole lot of rapids, quite a bit of paddling. I think Joe said probably around like 11 this morning. He's like, "Hey, this actually feels like a real canoe trip," and I 100% agree with that. It's the long paddle. They're always got each trip seems to always have one long paddle where it gets kind of tiresome, but good all at the same time. You know what I mean, Joe? Mm-hmm. Joe concurs.
Canoe trip.
Canoe trip. Hashtag. Tomorrow we're going to continue to head east on this lake, and then there's a series of portages that we have to do carefully according to our outfitter. He says depending on how you do them, you got to be careful. So we'll see how that goes, and then we don't really have much of a plan. We can keep heading north up to our main lake we want to head up to, Wabakimi Lake. We might go. I don't know. It kind of depends halfway on how good the fishing is, I suppose. Do you have any desire as to how far you want to try to get tomorrow?
Tomorrow? I have no idea. I have to look at the map and stuff. But like, yeah, no, I really don't know. We should look at the map and really like decide on like see how far we've come in what amount of time and how far we want to go and what's all that stuff too. Okay.
Sat by the fire for a little bit. Pretty tired. Gonna go to bed. We kind of roughly figured out the plan as to where we want to go tomorrow. We have a couple of distance spots and took a look and saw which kind of what the notes are on the rapids and good campsites and all that. So we'll see how we're feeling in the morning and see how the weather looks. Catch you in the morning. Good morning, just woke up. Really nice day out, nice and sunny, just a slight breeze. Getting packed up now, we're gonna head east down the river, and then we've got a couple of portages, a few rapids to go. Looking forward to it. Here we are barely paddling, and I don't know if you can tell how fast we're moving, but we are cruising. What do you think, Joe? Sun? Current?
I like it. Yeah, well, there's all these little whirlpool slipstream things. It looks awesome in the water. Minimal effort, and we're moving, man.
Right into the sun, but we're moving. Made it to the next rapid. It's pretty narrow. There's kind of rock on both sides. It's really challenging to scout because there's nowhere to take the canoe out and get onto land. And we saw the end pretty much from standing up, so I think we're just gonna send it. How you feeling on this one, Joe?
A plus.
A plus is how Joe's feeling. Good. Joe has his hat backwards. He's.
Chill. That's how you know ish is about to get real.
You know it's serious if Joe's got his hat backwards.
No, man, I just need to put my freaking headlamp head on my.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
All right, buddy.
All right, here we go. Brace for impact.
Right about there. Touch to the right of the middle. There's a rock. Right about our left.
I see it.
11.
It's gonna try to push us into that wall there. Right. All right, good paddle. Woo! Woo!
Nice, Kyle.
I'm here all week. Oh man,
Good one,
dude,
buddy.
good job.
That was a nice one.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Woo, buddy! So we've got a spot now, which is kind of interesting. It says there's 2 streams and a portage up the middle. So we'll see how this looks. Yeah, I see that in front of us. We're gonna check out the map now for a bit. Well, we're having fun. I'm holding the boat here on the side of the river. We saw this small creek and we weren't sure if we should take it or try the trail, which we weren't sure was a trail. And sure enough, right in front of us, there's a bit of a drop. So we're cool here. Probably gonna line the canoe across, maybe back up and line a bit, and then I think we can get the portage trail that way, but Joe's scouting through the woods this way also.
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah, there's a cairn right here.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Why don't you get in the front, and I'll get in the back, or vice versa, and we just gotta ferry it across that way.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
I mean with our legs.
Oh, okay. Well, I would, yeah, well, let's just go right there, no? Like this is deep up here. Just hold on, wait for me.
Yeah, I'm holding. I'm just getting a little better footing. I think we if we can get right over that rock, it'll be good.
I totally agree, but this is fucked right here, man.
We can walk through that.
Okay, well, if you want to go that way, you gotta go in the front.
Okay.
All right, I'll get the boat.
You got it? I'm in good position. I'm good. Here, I can move the rest of the boat.
Got it?
Yeah, 100%. Piece of cake.
Part of the plan. Just all part of the plan, you know? It's just, look it, we're right here, bud.
Yeah, we just took 20 feet off the portage trail, which is like a groomed, super nice trail.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Rock cairn. There's no overhead. There's nothing. I could see where we just came from and nearly died.
Because everybody takes the portage on this one.
I would say what I would call this is a bonus rapid.
Yep.
It was just a bonus rapid with a little bit of fear.
Son of a gun, I got a little shaky on that one.
Dude, same. Here we are at the end of the portage. We're getting all put together, and the map says rough takeout. It looks like we're going to be lining. I'm going to try to get to go that way because that looks very rapidy that way. See how this goes.
Par for the course.
Yep, par for the course. Making good time today. We've been paddling up, what is this, Brennan Lake? I don't even know what lake we're on. As you can tell, we're losing our minds. We don't have a clue what's going on most days.
Yeah, so on that note.
Yeah, we're paddling. I don't know what to say. I hate narrating. Joe, why don't you take it for me? You're the expert.
We eating food.
Okay, it's snack time. For today's lunch, let's see, what do I have?
Oh, I forgot to wipe the fish blood off my knife.
Well, I put my cell phone in the same bag that I had pepperonis on, so now my phone smells like pepperonis.
Your face is gonna be all
Yeah, oh yeah.
meaty.
I have
Nice.
chickpeas, they're like honey flavored. Those are pretty good. I've got some cheddar cheese combos and a Cliff Bar. That sounds like lunch for now. What are you working with, Joe?
Munch, crunch, munch. I'm gonna eat a sandwich again.
Sandwich?
Yeah, it's gonna be the same as the day before and the day before and the day before.
Here's my impression of Joe eating a sandwich. This is the meat. Nah, bro, it's bad. I don't know, bro. What do you think? It's funk?
And then eat it anyway.
I don't know. That's yeah. Then you usually eat it anyways. It's typically how it goes.
Typically how it goes. I'm just gonna put a lot of bacon on this one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks good. I should have brought some of that. Is that bacon?
This is bacon. Would you like a strip of bacon?
Oh, I would like that very much,
Here you
please. Thank you.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon. And some hot sauce.
Hot sauce and bacon. Ooh, oh, good. All right, time for my chickpeas. We are now, you'll see there's one rapid here, and then there's one a little bit further. That's a waterfall down there. So I think we're just going to take out, portage this whole thing. I don't want to go over this, do something wrong, and then go over the waterfall.
Okay, when we go into it, let's
Yeah.
paddle in. Let's paddle in this way.
All right, you got it good. You're good. Go a little bit left.
What's left? What's left then?
All right, this is good. Right.
Right, Carl. Back paddle, man. Back paddle.
Hey, Joe, you're a little sweaty. Why is that?
I manned up,
You
buddy.
did, man. You got the sternum strap, like sweat and everything.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the most intense portage yet, and I was able to carry it, so I'm happy about that.
You did good.
Don't want to do it again, but I'm happy about it.
It had golden staircase vibes to it there at the end. Little tricky.
Yeah, when the thing weighs like 3/4 of my weight.
Right,
it's like,
yeah. It's like a whole nother Joe on top of you.
Whole other Joe. We wouldn't want that.
no, one is more than enough. But I'm glad we got that done. I think we could have just ran it right there. Oh yeah. Oh, she's giving it to her, bud. Oh, it's a nice pickerel.
Keep that, buddy. We will eat 2 tonight.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, oh my bad. I got him. Got him. It's a nice pickerel. Good, man. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Kyle and I are 1 and 1 here at this cool spot. Oh, that's a nice size.
It's a nice fish, right?
Yep.
Yeah, good looking.
There's mine. There's Tag.
Mine lost his head somehow.
Just got 2 nice walleyes. One's on top. Joe's got the bottom one. Got him on a little orange X-Wrap. Joe got on a kind of a golden orange spoon. So apparently gold and orange is working well. Really cool looking waterfalls. Just throwing right into that frothy bit there. That's where we got them. Pretty awesome.
I don't think it's too big.
It was taking your drag though.
Yeah, no doubt. And like it's not loose. The drag. A cast that you see that first cast, boom. I buy that.
That was, yeah, it was first one. He hit her hard too. Yeah, man, nice, looking good.
Probably the best pike of the trip for me.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
Oh, I just got him in the lip too. Sweet.
Perfect. That is a nice looking pike there, Joe.
Thanks, man.
Looking good, man. Nice. A little bit of teamwork going on. Joe's over there, he's flaying up our 2 walleye we got earlier. Got a nice fire base set up here. It's a really good rock wall. A little bit of wind this way. Got a ton of little small twigs, a little bit bigger chunks, and while I was walking around, there's one birch bark tree back there. So gonna use this to start it, and then go with the twigs. Cooking with Joe.
Yo. Nice and wet. That's what you want, wet fish. You want your fish wet. And salty. Oh, I have hot sauce. I have hot sauce.
Hey Joe, I think on my order I said hold the pine cone. Okay. We're here, we've got our fish good to go. Joe seasoned them up. Let's give them a shot. Good.
Yeah?
It's very good. Nice and meaty.
I like it too.
It's good. Oh, I'm hungry. This is really good.
Good.
Thank you, Joe. Is that you I kicked? Yeah, that's my foot. Oh, this is really relaxing. Chill here for a while. There's a little bit of a current here. You can definitely see it moving. Super nice out. This is a perfect day. Okay, it's almost dinner time. Well, I guess it is dinner time. We are making dinner. So tonight I've got my final meal in a Ziploc bag that's actually a dehydrated meal. This one is Mountain House chili mac with beef. It's a good thing, Joe, that our tents are separated by many feet today. What are you working with over there?
Homemade chili.
Homemade chili.
Yeah, dehydrated.
Not freeze-dried?
No, not yet. This is still the old stuff. We're working on new stuff now. I gotta use the other stuff up. I don't want it to just go to waste.
Makes sense. Cool.
Right. So yeah, wife's chili, and I'm gonna put some jalapeno Havarti with some hot sauce in it.
Jalapeno?
Jalapeno Havarti and hot sauce.
Oh boy, that's gonna be spicy.
Jalapeno.
That's why I was waiting for you to say it's jalapeno.
Well, the last time I said it, nobody understood what I was talking about. I got the wrong thing.
Well,
Remember
you're talking
that?
a bunch of Canadians.
Me and Kyle and I went to a restaurant, I won't say the name, and I ordered a burger called the Jalapeno Jack. But I said, you get one of them there, Jalapeno Jacks? And she goes, sure. And just brought me the complete not right burger. We just don't think that she understood what I was saying.
Yeah, I don't think she got your brand of humor.
Yeah. But that's alright.
How's your chili, Joe?
Cheesy.
Cheesy?
Very good.
Is the jalapeno melt in there?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's good. Cheesy pizza.
Very good.
Mountain House is pretty tasty. Remember our super shelter in Michigan? And
Yes.
I made pizza?
Yes.
And you pulled up this piece and it was all gooey just like that. You said cheesy goodness.
And then I burned my mouth so bad. I remember, like, my mouth was scalding for the next couple of days. I couldn't taste anything.
I don't remember that, but okay.
That was such a fun trip. Like, that's one of the more memorable trips.
Yep. That was good.
So much chopping.
This guy is pretty brazen.
Finished up dinner. Out in the canoe for a little paddle. Try handling some fishes. We go down here kind of at the bottom of the rapids and see if we can catch some fish.
Rip here.
All right, Joe, I got the big camera out. It's your turn to get a fish now.
All right. Hear 'em fish. Got the big camera out.
We are back to camp. We got no fish. I don't think I got any hits. Nothing. And then the biggest defeat came right at the end. At the end, I was paddling back and I wanted to take my pole and just set it behind me in the canoe. And somehow in doing that process, I missed. And what happened is I dropped it into the water. And I could see it there for a slimmer of a second. It gave me just the smallest inkling of hope as the handle sat and then just started going like this under the water until it slowly disappeared into its watery grave. That was a EGB lure, $40 pole, and a $250 reel. All gone into the great abyss, to the Wabakimi fishing gods. Very, very frustrating. The most frustrating thing is, what we can't understand as we're sitting here, is why don't they make fishing poles float? Like, they have a handle, it's 6 to 7 inches long, it's full of foam and plastic. You think you could put an air chamber in there and it could be able to float, and you'd have like maybe even just this much of the pole sticking out so you could grab it, right? But we have no such luck.
Now you know my pain.
I know your pain, Joe. I know your pain. The good thing is I do have a backup fishing rod, but I'm paranoid to lose it too. So
Good thing is we're not catching any fish anyways.
it doesn't matter, right? And my other small, really stupid hope is that there's a small current in this river, and we only lost it like 50 feet offshore. It could, theoretically, just come in here somewhere. That's my theory. So while we're on the topic of gear rants, all fishing poles should be made floating, or floatable, I guess. That's my first rant. My other rant is with this thing. This is a GoPro Hero 9. This is my second GoPro. Joe has one of these too. I think you have a 10 also, right?
Yep.
These are, what, several $100s, right? Like $300-$400 for one of these?
At least.
At least. And you know what happens? Watch. I might be able to do it live. It might actually screw up live. Watch. I'm going to hit the button. This is for auto play quick. It'll work now. Okay, it's working right now. But 3 times out on the water tonight, I was going to shoot a little video clip, whatever. And it'll just freeze, or it'll not make a clip, it'll go blank, whatever. All firmware up to date. I've tried 3 different memory cards. All the batteries are from GoPro. It is a fully updated 9, and you have a 10, and it still does the same thing, right?
The 10 hasn't started doing that, but my 9 certainly does.
9 does it, 10 doesn't.
And the 8 did it as well.
The 8 did it also. So maybe I just need to just buy a 10. The 11 will be out soon before long.
Oh, and I haven't had my 10 for very long either, so just, it might...
Well, it does it about, I would say, at least 20% of the time that I push the button to record, the thing freezes. And what I have to do, I have this little wind mic on it, which I think does actually make a difference. It is a good $4 investment. So I have to go like this, I have to move the cover over, then you have to open the battery door. Remember, you're doing this all on the water, sometimes while trying to show that you're catching a fish. You have to remove the battery, pull it out just a little bit, push it back in, and then pray that that actually fixes it. And that is a very, very, very annoying process when you are trying to fish and catch fish. So
yeah, and hold yourself against the wind.
And paddle, and not lose your paddle or your fishing pole into the water.
And they've had 9 other GoPros to perfect this. So.
Right. And did you have a problem with it? I had a 4 also. Did you have that problem?
I don't remember. That thing was...
The 4 was garbage, but I think I'm going to get rid of this and either get a 10 or I'm going to start looking at DJI, Sony, or Insta360. There's so many other manufacturers now that make products that should just record when you hit the record button. I've never had that with any mirrorless DSLR or anything. When you hit
DJI is pretty good for that. It doesn't mess up.
It doesn't mess up. Well, that's important to me, is that when you hit record, it records.
It records.
Seems pretty basic, right?
High maintenance.
I know, I'm high maintenance.
I'm great. I got some chocolate. I got a lot of ash covering me. A little sailor with me. I'm good to go. I needed some sailor after all of my throwing of the pole into the water.
Right, yeah, all of that.
A lot of that. Yeah, very much fun. Hey Joe, what do you think about our canoe?
It's okay. It's
the Bell Alaskan.
It's the Bell Alaskan.
What do you think of its amount of rocker?
as you can see, it has more rocker in the front than it does in the back, lending itself to being turned in the front more easily than in the back. And in our case, it's a fantastic flat water boat.
Looks great. Joe, what are you thinking about this fishing right now?
It's amazing. I can't just you know, can't get any fish.
I mean, you look good though, right? That's the key, right?
Well, you know, it comes natural.
You have a lot of gray hair going on. Did you
So much gray hair. So much gray hair. 2 daughters, you know, I'm almost 40. Yeah.
What are we gonna do for your 40th birthday?
That's a good question. Let's figure that out.
We should figure that out by the fire.
Okay. Let's go do that.
Let's go do that, because you're not catching any fish.
That's very true.
Very, very true. It's a good fire though, right?
It's a very good fire.
It was a fun day. We started out with a paddle, going east with the wind, with the current.
Yes.
Like Mario clouds, lots of sun. Then I think we got to our first rapid. That was the one with the narrow canyon, right?
Oh, that was so much fun.
Dude, that was fun. And thanks for letting me drive.
Yeah, that was the funnest one yet.
Yep. So I drove through that. We didn't have any issues. Didn't hit anything. And then I think we had one small like ripple after that. It was pretty simple.
It was similar, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very similar, kind of real narrow, like only like 20 feet across type thing. And then we got to the island. So there's an island in the middle with 2 rivers on either side, and you're like, let's just go left.
No,
What'll we find?
They were streams.
Streams.
That's the only reason I thought it would have been okay.
Yeah.
Because if not, yeah, but there was a clear portage that we should have took. But yeah, I was like, oh no, we'll just take it.
We'll be fine.
Kyle's like, I'm kind of worried about strainers, but okay. And then about 2 seconds into it, it was.
We went through like a little ripple, and then
we went down a ledge.
Yeah, that's right. We went down a ledge. Then I about got hit a strain. The funny thing was, at the same time, we were worried about 2 different problems that were both huge at the same time. You were worried about a 6-foot waterfall. I was concerned about a strainer knocking me over and tipping the canoe, which would have caused a lot of problems.
And we weren't tied in.
Nothing was tied in.
Yeah.
It would have mattered though. That was just a problem.
Yeah. Well, we have been very diligent about tying in and wearing our life jackets.
Very safe.
We thought it was seriously. I thought it was just a bony stream, like a rocky, shallow stream, but I was like, it's high water, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine, except for the 6-foot waterfall.
And until we got to that part, it was okay.
It was fine.
But yeah, anyway.
So we avoided the strainer. Strainer, there's the word. We got out, we were right next to the portage trail. It was easy portage.
Yeah, that was luck.
But then we got out, the portage trail was a pain in the butt too, to get out of there. Remember that? We had to like wade through rapids. Anyways, we got out of there. Then we kept going, and we had to paddle up quite a ways. Which was cool. We just kept going and going and going. And then we hit those little rapids and then the waterfall, which was, in my mind, probably one of the more sketch moments. You said there was 300 meters. Joe, there was 100 meters between the little rapids and the actual waterfall. So I feel a little bit deceived there.
I don't know my distances at all. Like, I exaggerate, you exaggerate freaking days and times and distances and all sorts of amount of fish and everything.
Lies.
Every time.
All of this lies.
If one thing happens one time, you're like, it's like it happened like 2 or 3 times. It's like, wow, and it's like facts to you. Anyways,
back to the story.
Yeah.
We made it through the first rapid. Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't die. There was a little close call, I think, at one point, but it was okay. We eddied out. We got on the trail. You beast moded. I was impressed. Round of applause for Joe.
Thank you.
Joe beast modes the portage. I mean, it was a rough portage. That was
one, yeah.
Top 10 rough portage. It was short, but it was rough. If that was like 500 meters of that would have been like the hardest portage ever.
Yeah, it was pretty slick.
It was pretty slick. Up, down trees, lots of rocks. And then we got into that at the bottom of the falls.
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
That was. I feel like that's a pinnacle of the trip.
That was a highlight of the trip.
You got a walleye. I got a walleye. We
big, nice, decent one.
Good walleyes.
Yeah. We kept them.
We got them right there on the spot, and then we think we're clear. We think we're clear of all the rapids.
Shit, yeah.
Joe puts me in the back, which is always, you know, it's a little tenuous if you put Kyle in the back driving. And we thought, oh, okay, it's just a little bit of rapids or a little bit of water flow after the waterfall, right? And sure enough, about what, like 30 meters after we get in, there happens to be this very surprise rock that you couldn't see. We thought it was just ripples, but there was a good rock, and we missed it by, I don't know, 1.5 feet, maybe?
Yeah.
If we would have high centered on that rock, we would have flipped 100%. We were very, very close. We were very lucky. So we got past that, came up to this campsite, and then this campsite has been awesome. We've got a great fire. Really some.
Got here early enough too, right?
We swam.
We ate that fish.
I caught an extra pike. I lost my fishing pole. I mean, it's been a full canoeing camping day.
Oh, was it today we saw people too, or no?
We saw guys in the middle of the lake on Brent Lake, and this drives me nuts. We're going like this, and we're like...
No, wait. How far out were we and I saw them?
Oh, very far, like at least 1 kilometer away.
Anyway.
You saw some shimmering from one of the paddles. I was impressed by that. They get close to us, they get side by side, we go like this, and the guys go, "Hey, are you Joe Robinette?" And of course, yeah, that's me. And it's like, "Oh, I watch your videos," and then we just kind of passed and went by. So they look like they're doing some tripping though. So that's really the only pair of canoers. The only,
Definitely,
yeah. We saw a few people at an outpost, but that was it.
Yeah.
It's been pretty deserted. If you get into these rivers, there's no one. We haven't seen anyone in the rivers, only in the really large lakes where you can land planes on. So, pretty cool.
Yeah,
Can't complain at all.
Full day, full trip.
Full trip is very accurate.
Yep.
Good morning, the sun's coming up. Had a really fun night last night around the fire, some good times. We are headed down the river more. We've got 2 rapids and then a falls we gotta get around, and then we're into a big lake called Wabakimi Lake. So yeah, we have a little bit of big lake today, a little bit of rapids, a little bit of portage, a little bit like all the other days. Anyways, looking forward to this day. It should be a lot of fun. We're here in the Little Sturgeon. What?
Little Sturgeon?
That's what it's called. Little Sturgeon Rapids.
Black beaver.
No, the Little Sturgeon's the next one. Never mind. You're right. This is Black Beaver. I'm losing my mind. Sorry, Joe. I can't remember anything. All right, so we are here on the Black Beaver Rapids, taking a look at it. Gonna do a little scout. So far, so good. So far, so easy.
Oh.
All right, so here she is. Yeah, just scout it. If you hit that, you're gonna go airborne and then die. There's a nice wave train there too, and looks like more rock. Yeah. After looking at that rapid, there's absolutely 0 chance we would try to run that. Crazy big wave trains. No way. So we are on the Portage Trail. It is well worn. I would say very few, if any, people actually run that. That is a nuts rapid. Yeah, that drop's no joke. Hasn't been a lot of filming. Our energy levels are pretty low. Just trying to get down and through a bunch of portages and rapids, and hopefully soon we'll be out onto Wabakimi Lake. We're pretty tired and just kind of slogging through it right now. We've made it to the end of Brennan Falls. We are pretty beat. Got a decent paddle now to get to the campsite we want to try to get to tonight. It's time for lunch. Got some Gouda, more Gouda. I have some peppered salami that looks a little bit gross. Let's see how this looks. And then I've got a ton of bagel chips. Should be pretty good. We've made it on to Wabakimi Lake, the biggest lake in the park. We're making our way towards the camping area we want to get to tonight. Joe had a little fish, then just dropped.
I didn't want it anyways.
You didn't?
Nope. F that fish.
It's not nice.
Well, you know, I'm really, that's how I'm feeling. F that fish.
We're, everything's going really good right now because we have a tailwind, but we got to kind of turn into the wind here in a minute, so we'll have to see how that is, and we'll be kind of exposed in a big part of the lake. So could get interesting. We shall see. So Joe just came up with a new word for my hat, or new saying. I'm going to use this from now on. It's called a safari toque. So my safari toque. Joe's making fun of me because it looks so great. So
what?
So good. I can't talk. This trip, my narration skills are garbage.
Just this time.
Oh yeah, just this trip. All the other ones are perfect. Flawless. Flawless victory.
You kept calling it Wabakimi for the longest time.
Wabakimi?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you know.
Yeah, just wait till you watch it back.
Okay.
Wabakimi.
Sitting here for about an hour at camp, and it has remained very dark, very stormy looking. Like any minute is going to downpour, but it hasn't. I'm going to do some more food. I got a couple of things. I think, oh wow, got some dirt right here.
Just a couple of
Just a little bit of dirt right there. So I have this black pepper salami. It's really good. Okay, you're a little close. Okay, thank you. Trying to tell the camera what I'm doing. You see this, the days on end. Bagel chips, which are completely crushed now. Aren't really functional. But this is what I'm actually excited about. This is really good. Joe doesn't like this, so more for me, but that's fine. This is Gouda. I'm a big Gouda fan. This is Clarina vintage, 36-month aged, made in Netherlands Gouda.
Nothing but the best.
It's pretty good, and it's not terribly expensive. I think this brick was, okay, it's $19 a pound. Maybe it's not. It's not the cheapest thing, but. Joe and I have very differing opinions on what good cheese tastes like. I think it's great. It's crunchy.
Give me that baby bell, bro.
No. This is much better. Baby bell.
I make a joke.
Much. You sure you want to try a piece?
I have mint gum in my mouth right now.
That would not. No, don't do that. That would be a terrible combo. My afternoon snack of Gouda and peppered salami got interrupted by a little bit of thunder and lightning. So, hoping this is just kind of a quick afternoon burst of a storm and not an all-night downpour slog type of thing. It'd be nice to have one more really nice fire, just like we had last night. Last night's fire was really nice. It'd be cool if it would stop raining here in a bit and we could cut up some firewood and have a nice evening, but we'll see. So I brought way too much food on this trip. I think I've got, if you want one of my dinners, you can have it.
I have dinner.
Oh, okay. I've got another dinner. I've got one dessert left. I've got 2 breakfasts left. A lot of food. Probably more Cliff Bars, never ending. I brought this and barely used it. This is a, can you see it? Is it zooming in? This is pretty cool. It is the Spice Missile by GSI. Salt, pepper, garlic, cinnamon, rosemary, and some chili flakes. But I mainly didn't really cook much, so I didn't really need to use this. But it does look cool. To try to keep organized this trip, I made a bunch of these little pouches. This is just one of them. Uses like a watertight zip. I wouldn't say it's waterproof, but it's very water resistant. This one's red. Got them in orange, green, blue. Different colors mean different things, but this is my little bag that I put at the top of my food sack, where I've got the Spice Missile, I've got some lemon powder, 2 lemon. We thought if we used up our main lemon, we made so much fish that we used up 2 lemons. We at least got some powder. You kind of reconstitute it with some water. You get the lemony flavor. Toothbrush, toothpaste, floss, which I did use several times, an extra thing of salt because we were making stuff, and then like a mini vial of Dr. Bronner's, which was really nice.
What's that?
Dr. Bronner's? Soap. Peppermint soap.
Soap?
Yeah.
What is soap?
Yeah, that's why my hands actually look okay today. So this lives at the top of my food sack, and then it reminds me to brush my teeth before I go to bed every night. Joe, would you say you're happy with your happy yak?
No, I'm unhappy. Try one of these pieces of beef.
I don't. And the faces you're making kind of look like labor pains. I don't. I don't really want to try it. No, I'm okay.
It's like 3/4 reconstituted. So when you bite into it, it's like oh, and then oh.
So it's a little wet. It's like mushy on the outside, and then it gets crunchy on the inside.
Not crunchy, but more
like a dry crunch, like a dust.
Wet cardboard.
I was gonna say like a Cheerio. So yeah, like a Cheerio. Okay,
it's really bad. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I like the instant crappy flake potatoes in here better than the meat, which is not. I was not looking forward to those in the first place. This is bad. This is bad. I did everything it said to do.
You did. I'm so shocked it's not fully rehydrated after that much water, that much time in water and boiling.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
Joe is done. He's quitting. You got some gorp though.
Yeah.
I brought way too much gorp. I think it's the equivalent of 6 cups of gorp, and I went through 1.5. We have a lot of gorp left. We've retreated to the tent. It's pretty windy out there and it keeps spitting rain, so not really ideal conditions to just be sitting by a fire or anything, and definitely not great for fishing. So I'm really hoping the wind lets up and by morning we have a nicer day, because we do have to paddle about 4.5 or 5 clicks down the lake, and then we're gonna get picked up by a float plane. There's a good landing spot for them down there. So we're gonna go down there, and they're supposed to pick us up around lunchtime, and then we're gonna begin the very, very long trip home. Gotta drive all the way back to Joe's. And then I came up from Ohio. I was there for some work and visiting family. So then I have to drive from Joe's place all the way back down to Ohio. Total about 18 hours of driving. So I got that, then airplane back to California. So quite a bit of travel for me after we finally get picked up by the float plane. But overall, having a lot of fun. This is the first time I've used this tent. This is the Big Agnes. I've probably said it 5 times already in this video. What is it? Fly Creek? No, Copper Spur HVUL1. I really like this tent. It's been through a couple of rains now. It's good. I've got the setup down. I can set it up, take it down pretty quick. It's comfy inside. You can see I've got all kinds of room above my head. It's nice, like right here. This is nice and flat, so I don't have like the tent right in my face, like I kind of do with my MLD Duomid. That's kind of always, you know, a pyramid shelter, so your face is always really close to the end. But this feels really roomy, really comfortable. Sets up quick. It's like pretty much fully freestanding. You have to stake out just the door vestibule really, and then some of the sides just to get them away from you. But yeah, tons of room, really, really comfortable. Glad I brought this tent, and gonna chill now and listen to an audiobook for a while.
Good morning. Slept really good last night. Wind finally died down and I was able to get a pretty good night's sleep. Working on some breakfast right now. I've got this Backpacker Pantry's peanut butter and banana oatmeal. Sounds good. Try that for breakfast. Sun's coming up. The sky is very clear. It seems to be a very common trend. Clear, clouds up in the evening, gets windy. So we've got about a 4.5, maybe 5 kilometer paddle down to where the float plane's gonna pick us up. So we get some food going, tear down camp, and then get heading down that way. They should be picking us up around noon or so. All right, we broke down camp. We're on our way
down to our pickup island. Cool view. We have a little bit of a tailwind going here, so that's nice. We were concerned we were going to be paddling directly into the wind the entire time. This would be nice, about a 4-kilometer paddle. Well, it might not look like much out there, but the waves are pretty intense. Joe, professional driver back there, did a great job of not crashing us into shore, despite some sizable swells, I would call them. They're going at like just the exact wrong angle, basically, for us to be going where we want. But we got to keep going. We got probably another, one more grid square. So like probably like 2 more kilometers to go, and then we'll get to our campsite where they're gonna come pick us up with the float plane. I hope they can land and everything like that goes well, because this wind is, it's substantial. Made it to shore. We it was almost a 4 or 5 kilometer paddle. I think we did in an hour.
Yeah, you did it. We left at 8. It's not
Yeah.
13. We've been here for
Yeah, that was a lot.
that wind was pushing us very, very, very fast.
Yes. And there's some serious swells. We were.
And we had to take the bends around corners and stuff, like in the contours of the land. We had to go sideways to the waves, and it was just like cutting us almost into the.
What did I call it? Roly-poly. It's very roly-poly.
Roly-poly, yes.
It's very, very roly-poly. But we made it to where we need to be. Hope this wind, man, this needs to die down. We're a little bit sheltered in here. Nice.
A little bit.
Better than over there. Oh.
No dead trees above us tonight. So
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
in case we have to sleep here, you know.
Yeah, this would not. There's plenty of. That's what I was looking. There's plenty of spots to go. So, worst case, we can just stay here. I think the giant roly-poly waves was as concerning as some of the rapids.
Yeah.
I did not like that. I would not like to have flipped and tried to have gathered gear in all of that. That would have been.
No, that would have been near impossible. The old Ted Bell Alaskan though.
The old Alaskan.
Did well.
The Alaskan with their limited rocker.
We were saying we were happy that it wasn't Kevlar in this situation.
The heavier boat. It's a little bit. I think feels a little wider than some of the Kevlar ones. Maybe a little. It's got a good tumble home on her. Yeah, it's a good boat.
Old Jimmy Bell.
Yeah, I mean, even with those huge waves, I still felt relatively stable.
Yeah.
Relatively. You have fun there, Joe?
Oh yeah, a little windy, bud.
You get the 3-4 foot waves you're going through?
I did. I filmed it all.
I think the central.
I heard there was water in your canoe. Just a little. Just a titch.